It's too hard to pick. Anyways, we are jumping in. Game 1, Thunder Guards. To start things off, we are at Thunder Guards. Sandstorm on his Mordex that he has been basically maining since he started versus Boomie on Hattori. Yeah, no, Sandstorm is going to be looking for the scythe, looking for huge strings. That's what he does. He's great at reading players, reading jumps, everything like that. Boomie, of course, is going to do his best to avoid those strings, and sometimes it's incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah, just look at the way they're starting off already. You know, we just have a little bit of a health deficit. We see Sandstorm going ahead, grabbing those gauntlets, trying to go for that down air, goes for Sarah instead. That's going to miss as well. And Boomie's doing a really good job with retaliation, getting himself a nice bread and butter spear comp.
Yeah, and Boomie, right now, he's probably in a favorable matchup with the spear against those gauntlets. He can space it out a little bit. He has been known to he's talked about Scythe many times, and he thinks they're incredibly strong, or it's incredibly strong. So expect him to be a little bit less forward when Sandstorm has Scythe in his hands. And he just missed that combo, which probably would have killed into the side sig, and first stock is going to Sandstorm.
Alright, looking good for Sandstorm. Thus far is in the red though. Boomie just needs to find one quick conversion, trying to get that unarmed D-Light, not going to find the mark though, and gets beat out by that neutral light from the scythe as well. Sandstorm looking really strong.
Yep, Sandstorm, his gauntlets are low-key very strong as well. It's not like he can only play the scythe. He does know how to play gauntlets. As I say that, he gets hit with the side seg. A little bit less force on that signature, doesn't quite kill, misses that recovery, and Sandstorm's still going and has built up a ton of damage on this stock. He's almost lapped him.
Yeah, at this point you have Boomie sitting in the dark orange, making his way to the red anytime now, and Sandstorm just sitting pretty, somehow managing to get back to stage every single time. Boomie just not choosing the right option to cover his ledge options, and somehow he survived that neutral air as well.
Hattori's lack of force is just, it's kind of stopping Boomie from confirming this kill a little bit. Finally gets him with a nair off the top on Thunder Guards, but he's got a lot of work to do to catch up in the damage deficit here.
Oh.
As I say, that gets hit with the side sig, not quite enough, goes underneath into the shenanigan zone to try to avoid any ledge guard situation from Sandstorm.
Wow, and he's just gonna throw out another sig, get canceled, and then Sarah with the gauntlets. Sandstorm trying to make his way back up. He's not gonna be able to quick cheese on him, unfortunately, but wow, gonna make it back to the shenanigan zone once again. Sandstorm not really caring to cover that option.
Yeah, this map, it's kind of tough in that respect to be able to edge guard, because you don't know where they're going to go. There's so much space. There is more ledge than level on this map, so sometimes it makes it difficult. Boomie's done a really good job to pretty well tie it up here. Again, though, he misses that very optimal kill option. That's twice this game where he's missed it, and it's cost him big time. Finally gets hit with that ground pound, and that is going to be enough, and suddenly Boomie takes the lead when it looked like Sandstorm was going to run away with this.
Yeah, it looks like the third time is the charm, and you know, for Sandstorm, Mordex doesn't have that problem that Hattori has with getting these kills, really. He just needs to land one clear. Oh my goodness, he may not get that chance. Is he dead? He is dead!
What a play by Boomie to recognize that he had to come up through the middle, and just a really quick ground pound to take game 1. And there is no nonsense here. They're going into game 2.
Eradicated that stock with greatest of ease. Oh my goodness. Speechless.
Yeah, that was pretty fantastic. Really, really good awareness. And he knew he could play with it. If he missed and ended up below him, he had another stock, so it wasn't a big deal for him to go for that ground pound. And we are going into game 2, Mammoth Fortress, no shenanigan zone this time.
Exactly what I'm looking for here. How is that dynamic going to change now there's so much more stage to work with? Sandstorm already starting off with a little bit of a juicy gauntlet string.
Yeah, gauntlets and their side light and their side air control so much of the map that you've got to be aware of them. And Boomie's been getting hit with a bunch of them. However, he's been able to strike back with the sword, and we have a tie damage right now, essentially. Sandstorm just missing that neutral sig, looks for the side sig, and gets punished for it again by Boomie.
Okay, Boomie kills for that gravity cancel down light, and oh my god, look at this extension to his punish. Once again, hitting Sandstorm with the Nair, but not quite enough to kill. But Sandstorm has so much damage on him racked up at this point that Boomie's just one confirmed away from getting the stock.
Yeah. Oh, but there is that beautiful read. Hits him with the double side air gravity cancel, side light to into the recovery to get that stock. As I say that, he doesn't extend it out at all and quickly gets hit with the side sig from Boomie, and we have a tie game again.
There he goes, running around. Gonna try to get under him. Boomie doing a good job. Tries to extend that combo by going for that gravity cancel D-Light, but it looks like Sandstorm is just gonna dodge out of it. But still, Boomie's doing a good job of just anti-airing his descent, so it doesn't even matter that he's not getting the conversion.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job of spacing things out. He does have a bit of a damage lead. He's trying to use the spear to avoid those gauntlet strings as best as he can. He's starting to utilize weapon throws a little bit here, and he's just chipping away. Nothing big, just enough to give him a damage lead and put a little pressure. Beautiful, beautiful combo. Good read to know that he had no dodge left to get the double D-Light in to the dare to confirm that second stock, and Boomie is up and only in the orange, not quite in the kill percent yet. So Sandstorm's got a lot of work to do here.
And there we go. Nice usage of those neutral light by Boomie. Just kind of keeps Sandstorm at bay. Doesn't want to commit too harshly, but that could spell danger for Boomie. No, Boomie is fine. Ground pound not enough to get him out of there, but still working on that lead, and the Nair unarmed is going to get him even damage on his Sandstorm's last stock.
Yeah, Sandstorm is trying his best. Hits him with the Sair. It might be enough. Hits him with another Sair, and that is definitely enough. And the game's close. I mean, Sandstorm's only in the yellow. Boomie didn't extend out that lead nearly as much as we thought he could. And Sandstorm's got a Scythe, and Boomie just picked up a spear now. Hits him with a couple of neutral lights. Puts him in the orange, but here comes the big string from Sandstorm.
Oh my goodness. Gets a nice 5-hit combo into a neutral sig now. He is looking good.
Yeah, that was almost 100 to death right there. Boomie coming back with a couple of neutrals, or a couple of recoveries to try and fight that back a little bit. D-Light into Sair. This is a dead close game. We're looking at one hit either way to end this game. Right
into the recovery, and that's going to close it out. Sandstorm managing to pick that one up from Boomie, who did have a lead in that game one. He was, or game two rather, but didn't even matter. Sandstorm was able to get that damage back so quickly, especially with that 5-hit string, and with the Tori being a low defense legend, it was almost a matter of seconds, really.
And that's Scythe for you. Once you get somebody into a string and you get one dodge read, you immediately can put somebody into a deep color, and that's exactly what he did to tie the game up. The parallels of game 1 and 2 were identical. Sandstorm had a lead in game 1 and blew it. Boomie had a lead in game 2 and blew it. Now I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to go on in game 3.
Here we go, and of course, for anyone tuning in, all these games in the top 8 are best of 5, so the winner of this still has to win at least one more game if they want to move bracket.
Big string. Sandstorm couldn't quite commit. He didn't have the jumps. He didn't want to kill himself going for that kill, so he just builds up the damage and gets back to stage. Little bit of unarmed play, but gets hit with that neutral air. Boomie misses the next neutral air right after, looks for the side sig from Sandstorm. Gets the side sig the second time around.
Forces him to burn the dodge, that weapon throw, and he just waits. He stands still, hoping that Boomie will pick an option so he can punish it. Almost gets the ground pound. Boomie hits him with a dare unarmed. That's 2 now.
That's going to be enough. Good awareness, though, from Sandstorm to gravity cancel the neutral sig, because it put him a touch closer to that ledge.
We saw that in the EU version as well, where we had someone was playing Sidra and they would use that down sig to try and get that little extra height.
Yeah, I saw that, the ninja doing that, and Sandstorm finally getting that second stock with that very potent ground pound from gauntlets. Sandstorm's in the orange. Boomie's got a lead. Sandstorm has Scythe. That lead could evaporate real quick.
Yeah. Okay, tries to go for that gravity cancel D-Light again, and now he has a very nice conversion into a recovery. Gonna take Sandstorm high off the top and now to the side with a side sig.
Hits him with the Sair, and that is stock number 2 going the way of Boomie. and he's virtually untouched. Sandstorm's got a lot of work to do. He does have 2 very strong stringy weapons that can very easily zero to death you if you get a dodge read. Let's see if he's able to do that now.
Okay, grabs him again with that down light. for the recovery and make it back on stage. Boomie looking good, getting another nice conversion, some good damage as well. Sandstorm seeming to have trouble to find these openings that he was getting before.
And this is exactly what Boomie needed to do. He needed to stick to the spear to space out the scythe. The sword, he wasn't able to get. The sword, he hasn't been able to get close enough to do big conversions or protect himself from big strings. But with the spear, he's been able to avoid some of the bigger strings that Sandstorm has been throwing out.
Yeah, now look at how much he's extended this lead. This is kind of the amount of damage we were expecting him to get last time, but he wasn't able to. And there we go into the D-Light. Didn't miss
that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was convincing.
Yes, that was very well done.
I feel like that game 3 was definitely a different story than the past 2 games, where it seemed a lot even.
Yeah, Boomie controlled that game, so there was no like back and forth. Boomie was just really in the driver's seat that game, and we will see if he's able to close out the set against the newcomer in the top 8, Sandstorm here, or if Sandstorm is able to push the set to a 5th game.
They're just going to try to get that scythe. He has it now. Just tries to start off Loto String, but a well-placed dodge from Boomie is going to get him out of that precarious scenario.
Just kind of feeling each other out right now. Sandstorm knows that this is his potential final game in the set. Boomie is just trying to close it out. Nothing worse than going to a game 5.
Tries to go for that side light into down light again, not get it. But I mean, I do suppose that the one saving grace that Sandstorm has, if he's unable to bring us to game 5, that he is in the winner's bracket. That does mean he does have another chance to climb his way back up if he's not able to win here.
Yeah, he sure does. I mean, it's not the end of the world for Sandstorm. Now, of course, it does make life a little easier to be on the winner's side, but it wouldn't be over for Sandstorm or Boomie if either one of these guys has to go to win. Either one of these guys has to go down. Both in the red on their first stock. Sandstorm. Oh, Boomie missing that combo 4th time out of 5 tries. He's just committing to the charge slightly too long on that gravity cancel. Uppercut finally catches him with a side sig, but you gotta hope that him missing that one of these times isn't the reason he loses this set.
Yeah, that's a really poor batting average. Like, generally, especially if you're in top 8, you're expected to hit that almost, if not every single time. So the fact that he's dropped it so much is a little uncharacteristic as well.
Incredibly so. It is a true combo. 100%. You just need to time the charge right on the uppercut. As we say that, though, Boomie doesn't seem too phased about it. Puts Sandstorm in the orange already on his 2nd stock. Sandstorm finally gets that ground pound and evens up the stocks, but he is in pretty dark orange, so we'll see if he's able to pull it back.
In a pretty chunky spot. Gonna see if he's able to get one of his scythe conversions to really even up the damage. Managed to get a down air there, but that will not be enough as Boomie continues to extend this lead by just outspacing and outmaneuvering Sandstorm completely in the neutral and a side sig. Close it out.
And again, kind of the same parallel as last game. He barely touched on the 2nd stock. Sandstorm on his final stock. He's going to need to try and pull off one of these patented Sandstorm sights 0 to deaths. But Boomie going
Oh my goodness!
Talk about 0 to death. Boomie with the double side light into a downlight Sair double dare.